Hello guys, use Expo, don't use React Native CLI. Use React Native CLI, don't use Expo. Okay, guys, this has always been the debate, and I don't think it is going to stop anytime soon. Yes. So why do I say that? Because everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Everyone is entitled to use what works best for them. Everyone have the ability to decide what they want to use for their development process. So the debate still continues, and we can't stop it. But we can guide some people to achieve and build better. Yes. So on this video, I'll be telling you why you should use Expo and why I fell in love with Expo and why I am now heavily writing most application I am currently building with Expo, because I faced a lot of challenges using React Native CLI, even with teams, because I have been team leads, project leads, so there are a lot of challenges I have faced. So a disclaimer, this video is not being sponsored by anyone. This is not a sponsored video or a sponsored ad for any organization. So this video has nothing to do with Expo. This video is my humble opinion based on my experience, based on my research. Okay, so let's dive in. Expo has been around for a while, trying to solve some problem, but feel like we are neglecting it. Okay, I ran back to Expo because of some crucial basic problem that I shouldn't be experiencing in development, because the complexity that React Native CLI brings, it shouldn't be there. Like, it shouldn't happen, right? And the reason why Expo is here is to minimize that complexity. Expo lets you focus more on writing your business logic and forget about complex setups and other stuffs, complex development process. Expo streamlines all the stuff. Expo takes the burden for yourself while you take the burden for your business logic. Okay, with Expo you don't need a lot of complex setup. You don't need to add third-party packages. Oh, Expo does that for you. Expo handles things pretty well for you. So there is an issue I ran into with my team. This issue is, I've experienced this for two good times, which made me say, no, this is crazy, right? So a developer set up a project using Intel processor on the MacBook, and why the other developer is using the latest Apple chip, right? The latest Apple chips and other stuff. So the project was giving problem. Should we even talk about Gradle? We are coming to Gradle for Android, right? So the problem is setting up, running that project on the emulator. But when this other developer runs it on the Intel processor, it works. But why running on the Apple chips, it doesn't work? Both of them are MacBooks. But it's pretty crazy, and this is time consuming. So imagine me giving this particular developer a task, and he spent the whole time trying to set up this project, making it to run, to develop. That is a big problem. It's time consuming. So Expo, with Expo Go, right? Expo have an SDK that can help you run your products, run your projects with ease. All you have to do is just to scan the barcode and download the app from Play Store or Apple Store. Just scan the barcode, which when you run the app in your terminal, it opens the barcode. Just scan it and it installs your project. You start using it on your mobile. You start developing in real time. But CLI is a headache at this point in time. Believe me, I am a core CLI guy. I love CLI a lot, but I think Expo is doing an amazing job in this particular place. So this is why I am recommending Expo, because of it removes the complexity in project setup, and because you can set up that project and come back to it a month ago and some few months back, and the project is not working perfectly well. It can't turn up, it can't run. So the next point is Expo router. Very amazing. So I can remember that I normally spend a lot of time setting up React navigation, but with Expo router I don't have to do much of setup in React navigation any longer. Expo router is a very good file-based routing system, robust file-based routing system. So if you are familiar with Next.js, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so Next.js uses the file-based routing system, so do Expo router does, and this is amazing, right? Expo router, you don't need to do a lot of things. Your file paths can be your screens. Okay, you name your screens according to file paths. And one important thing of this Expo router with this file-based routing system is very good for deep linking. So for those that don't know what is deep linking is when someone shares a particular link of your app, right? Then when click on that particular link, and if the person have the app installed on their device, it takes them directly to that screen. Isn't this amazing? But with React Native CLI, you need a lot of configuration to achieve deep linking. To be honest, I've built a lot of apps, mobile application, which I've done deep linkings. I like deep linking is mostly a top priority for me, for my clients, because I normally prioritize deep linking, right? So the file-based router system makes deep linking seamless, makes data transfer from one particular screen to the other seamless. You can use the same method. You pass ID as a slug to the next page in Next.js in React Native now using Expo router. And this is great, and this is, if you may ask me, I say this is innovation. Yeah, this is awesome. And the third point is the Expo application service. So this is a very important part of it, that it has to do with your deployment. Expo takes away the burden from you. It takes away the stress of attempting to use Android Studio or attempting to use the Xcode. You can pretty much deploy your app with a service. And mind you, this service have free plans too. You don't really need to pay for the paid plan, but if I should advise, I would say you should go for the paid plan because it has more advantage. Okay, but from this video I am making now, I'm just trying to tell you what I feel and what made me fall in love with developing with Expo, right? So this Expo application service, which is EAS, is a great service we should utilize. To be honest, if you ask me, I will say utilize it. Why go through the stress of deploying to the store? Why you can deploy this with ease, and it has a very good system over the air, right? When you push your update, your user doesn't really need to reinstall your app. They will get the update over the air on the fly automatically. So this is very much good. So you might be asking me, what if I want to work with my Android folder, my iOS folder? Don't worry. Expo still has the pre-built part of it. So there was a time they had the beer. You can set up a project with beer and all ejecting from Expo and other stuff. That is no longer in place. But you can do, during those time, ejecting was really, really crazy, to be honest with you. When I was building with Expo, those early days, ejecting project I don't really need to start afresh in some point, but to be honest, the pre-built feature in Expo now is super cool. The pre-built feature allows you to work natively with your native module, and also gives you the ability to still work in the Expo environment. Isn't this amazing? It's cool. So today I'm telling you, as a React Native developer, you should try Expo. Give it a try. Expo is going to take the lot of headache from you that React Native CLI is giving you. But still know that this is my own humble opinion. You have the choice to decide to choose whatever that works for you. If CLI works for you, choose CLI. If Expo works for you, choose Expo. But with Expo, we work smart.